There's a lady that came into my meeting in Chicago that had her foot amputated because of gangrene. Sugar diabetes turned into gangrene and the foot was amputated. And they brought her to the meeting in a stretcher. And I laid hands on her and I said, Father, perform a creative miracle and give her a new foot. She leaped off of that stretcher and started dancing and hopping around on a stump. She's saying, that's what I've been praying for, that God gives me a new foot. But she and I were the only one dancing. Everybody else was sitting looking. She had no foot. There was no evidence that God grew the foot. But we shouted like He already did it. I left Chicago and came back 4 months later, and here that woman walks into the service all duded out. Brand new pair of boots. Comes strutting down that aisle. When she got to me, she unzipped the boot, unzipped the other one, and I'm looking at 2 feet. Now the audience didn't shout when we prayed for her. But now that they can see the foot, you should have heard all them Pentecostal radicals. Now they're shouting. They're shouting because they can see something. And we all want to see something. But just because you don't see anything doesn't mean God didn't do the thing. Can you shout amen? God had a different way of doing it. When she went back to her doctor to have him change the dressing, he's the one that noticed it, and the foot began to grow. He didn't say anything to her. She come back 2 days later, and he's standing there with a ruler now. He's got more faith than some preachers I know. He's waiting to measure the thing. He knows the thing's growing. It hit the front pages of the newspaper in her town. Every day that she would go back, the foot would grow another inch. And when I went back 4 months later, that foot was out to where the toes began to grow. The toes weren't on yet. Don't look at me like that. God can do anything. I said God can do anything. Man can grow celery and grow potatoes, but man can't grow feet. Only God can do that. God can do anything that you and I believe Him for. Can you shout amen? Nobody told me this story. I saw this with my own eyes. I'm serving a God that is not dead, but our God is alive, and He's the same yesterday, He's the same today, and He'll be the same tomorrow. Can you shout yes?